what is good? What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Ferris Blunna, and welcome to another edition of Good Friends, Better Rivals. But now I can officially make the announcement that I made
You already
last
made the
week.
announcement,
I did. I was wrong. I was wrong.
as
I did
usual.
not. I was wrong. Hey, calm down. All right, calm down. Chill out. All right, calm down. Yes, I was wrong a couple weeks ago. I made the announcement that we're on the new channel, but that announcement was that wasn't true. That wasn't true. That
It's lying
announcement.
to the people.
I lied to the people. I'm sorry. I lied to the people. I lied to everybody. I apologize for lying. Forgive me. But now we are on the Let's Get Ready Network. The highlights. We're on the new channel. By the way, I just want to shout
About
out
damn
to
time.
about dang time. You know, the new, the juices are flowing. The new channel is on. I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to rock, man. We have 52 subscribers already. And hey, whoever's watching this, how about you be 53 and your homie be 54 and your other homie's 55 and your mama's 56 and your daddy's 57 and your mama's mistress is 58 and your daddy's mistress is 59 and your grandma's 60 and your grandpa's 61. And then their third is 62. You get them all to subscribe. All of them to subscribe. Subscribe to Let's Get Ready Network, the highlights. But before anything, so make sure to like and subscribe to this video, everyone. Comment on this video. We respond to comments. We respond to comments when we see them. As well as I want to shout out a couple of special people. Very special people, Caleb. Our patrons. Shout out to our patrons. We have them right over there. We have our dollar patron. We have all the patrons. Everybody right here. We have the different levels. Shout out to everyone. Mad love to y'all. Amen. We love the support. And we appreciate you. Because y'all keep the lights here running. The lights is on because y'all allow them to run. You power the generator. That's what you guys are. So thank you very much. So we have another great week of NFL football. Sunday Night Football started with a bang. Sunday Football started with a bang and ended with a flurry of of stars on a bunch of Colts. But it started off the day started off pretty good. There was a good games. We had a couple games in San Francisco and Miami was the Fox game of the week. I think it was a Fox game of the week.
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, it was probably Fox game of the week. So there's that game. That game was good. It was tight until the end. Just like the Sunday night game, it was kind of tight. Then it fell off the rails. Same thing with the Niners game. Joe Burrow of Cincinnati is now 3-0 in the last 3 games against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. So there's a budding rivalry right there, man. There's a budding rivalry right there.
The rivalry, if one side just keeps winning.
That is true. And guess what? Guess who's the side that's winning? The side that does not have Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. That's the side that's not winning, see? Patrick Mahomes can beat everybody. Patrick Mahomes is beating Lamar. Patrick Mahomes is beating Josh. He's beating Tom Brady. Tom Brady's also beat him.
Beating Tom Brady.
He hasn't beaten Tom Brady. Nah, he has. Well, the only person who's really beaten Tom Brady is Eli Manning. Let's be real. Shout out to Eli Manning. Shout out to you, big dog. Shout out to you, Eli. But the man you just heard is, the criminal in crime over here. The one, the only. It's Caleb Ochoa. Caleb, how are you, my man?
I'm great. 54 points.
54 points. That's what happens when you don't run the ball against the Dallas Cowboys. This is what happens. And you have one of the best.
I'm going to talk about that. About that.
Yeah. Jeff Saturday being a horrible head coach. Let's talk about it. I want to talk about it, but I digress, because
he's not the only one.
Yeah, he's not that good of a coach, too. Yeah. There's a lot of bad coaches in the NFL. It's not just Jeff Saturday. There's a lot of bad coaches. But
you guys did the same thing last week, so I don't know why you talking shit.
Oh no, we don't have the same offensive line as they do. They have a better offensive line.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Our offensive line last week had 3 of our starters missing.
You decided to stop running the ball.
Yeah, because it wasn't effective behind the backup offensive lineman. Okay. You guys stopped it because we had backup offensive linemen. Did you watch the game last week? I don't think you watched the game. You know that we didn't have 3 of our starters, right? You know this.
You gotta make it work.
Gotta make it work. You had your entire starting defensive line against our backups.
Yeah.
You should be winning that matchup.
And we did.
Exactly, and you did. You stopped the run, so we couldn't run the ball, so we had to pass.
Vikings also did the same thing. They stopped running the ball. I don't know why.
They're stupid. Yeah, they're dumb.
I'm saying that was my point. You're just not the only one.
All right, fine. I apologize if Saturday. But Caleb, let's talk about it. Talk about so-called America's team. So-called America's team.
I will say one thing right now. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Caleb, break it
I
down.
love it.
54-19, Sunday Night Football. Colts, Cowboys. Boom. Take it.
Yeah, I mean,
Take it away.
this was the result I thought was going to happen. I said that last week. I
You
predicted.
thought you were going to drop 50 on them?
I thought we were going to drop 40. I did say that last week. I said
I think you did. I think you did say 40.
I
You
said
did
we
say
were going to
40.
drop 40.
You did.
I said it was going to be a blowout, and it took a while for it to happen, but it eventually did happen. So the end result was, my prediction. Like I said, you were mentioned earlier, it took a little while. For 3 quarters, it was a little frustrating to watch.
21-19. It was 21-19, and going into the fourth, and y'all dropped 33 points in the fourth quarter.
32-0 in the fourth quarter. That was
33.
one of the best fourth quarters of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this game was really all about the secondary, for both good and bad. But it was about what was going on in our secondary. First of all, Anthony Brown got hurt. Looked like it was ankle. And that's just another corner out for us. We already had Jordan Lewis out. Now we have Anthony Brown out. We're hurting there. But that made Kelvin Joseph go in, take his place, and that's just terrible. That's terrible. Like, I don't even know why he's on our team. Well, I do know because he was a second-round pick. But besides that, that's the only reason why he's still on the team, because he's garbage. Yeah, I hate him. He sucks. All he does is cause penalties, which he did in this game. That was a dumbass penalty running to the goddamn punt returner, and then he gives up a touchdown. I mean, he's bad. He's not a good player. I want him off the team. I've never seen him make a good play. Like, literally never seen him make a good play. Like I said, only reason why he's on the team is he's second round pick. Otherwise, like, even had the whole stuff in the off season with the law troubles. Don't know why he's on the team.
Anthony Brown?
No, Kelvin Joseph.
Kelvin Joseph, yeah, he had a couple penalties. I bet you said Anthony Brown real quick, and I was like,
no, I'm saying he had to take Anthony Brown's place.
Because he got injured. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he's a third-round pick. Y'all drafted him out of Kentucky, right? A third-round pick.
Yeah, he's a second
round pick.
That's the only reason why he's on the team. Otherwise, if he wasn't, he'd be cut because he's not good.
Here's the thing too. He also doesn't play. So, like, you've already designated him like he's.
But he does play. He plays on special teams, and all he does is cause penalties on special teams all the time. He's an idiot. He's a moron. He makes horrible decisions. And he's just not good when he's playing as corner. Just not good. I would honestly go with Nahshon Wright, because at least with Nahshon Wright, you have one advantage that he's tall and lengthy. So I
shout out to Nahshon Wright, Laney College product out of Oakland.
But yeah,
represent.
Yeah, so that was part of the bad. Another part of the bad was Diggs, who hasn't really been getting beat at all, really, for big plays, but he got beat pretty bad on one play. He thought he was going to go inside. He took the gamble to go inside. He went back outside, and then they dueling got the touchdown on him. It hasn't happened a lot. I guess it's going to happen once in a while. And
he took a chance on a receiver. He took a chance on a receiver that no one knew who the hell he was. He thought he could beat him. Yeah. He messed up that chance, and he caught the touchdown. It happens. It happens with the best player. The best players, he got a little. It's what I call getting a little too disrespectful. He was like, "Who the hell is Ashton Doolin? I'm gonna cook him," and he took a chance, and it backfired. It happens all the time. It happens all the time.
So that was the bad on the secondary. Those two things. And also there was a catch from Alec Pierce, where he just did a nice play on Anthony Brown. Turning his whole body and making
Alec Pierce. Down the right sideline to set up the Ashton Doolin touchdown.
Play.
He just jumped. Yeah. Hey man, people forget Alec Pierce. Boy, 6'3". He got a good stride to
he's
him.
tall.
He's you know, I remember watching him at Cincinnati when they needed to play. They threw it to him, and he draped. They had people. He had people draped all over him. He's not the fastest guy, but he can make. He can use his body placement and you know be a big body contested receiver. He can do those. He can do those.
Yeah. So that was all part of the bad. The good, which led to blowing him out, was
Malik Hooker.
Malik Hooker. My goodness, had a
Mhm.
hell of a game. Had 2 touchdowns, interception for pick 6. He had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Was making all kinds of plays.
Other
Was
layer of
great.
Malik Hooker, former first round pick of the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
good. So yeah, he was definitely
Yep.
playing up against his old
Exactly.
team. Um,
Which is
yeah,
funny because the reason they cut him is that he couldn't stay on the field. He was always hurt,
uh,
like all the time. So they were like, dude, what the hell?
could say that about a lot of safeties. I mean,
Yeah.
they're probably-
So he doesn't technically like he should his vendetta isn't like unjustified because I'm like, bro, like you couldn't stay on the field. So what do you want us to do? But it is what it is. Continue, Caleb. Malik Hooker, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Other safety, Donovan Wilson was the leading tackle in the game, making all kinds of tackles. Really good. He had a sack where he just shot through the middle and sacked the crap out of Matt Ryan. He has 4 sacks on the season. I mean, he's one of the best blitzing safeties in the NFL, to be honest.
I think your trio of your no, kind of like your trio of safeties is
Yeah,
so it's Malik, Jerron Curse, and Donovan Wilson. Those 3,
yeah,
they play at a high level. And then like your slot corner kind of safety and Deron Bland had 2
yep,
interceptions this week. He had 2 picks as
yep.
well.
2
So
picks, and
yeah.
that's so nice to see because I mean, all in the preseason, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about Ron Bland
Yep,
making
he's the
plays in the
name.
preseason,
Fresno State
and then
represent.
and that he was not just
They won
making
their
plays
conference
against
title game this year.
there you go.
Tried to Fresno State.
He wasn't just making plays against their stringers or whatever, like you see it in these real games against actual teams and starters and whatnot, and he's still making plays. He's still doing great. He has 2 picks, like you said. He also had it's not just the interceptions. Like, he can tackle, man. He's a corner that, like I said, he playing the slot, so he has to make a lot of the tackles. And he does that really, really well. So yeah, really, really impressed with him. He's just a rookie. He's only going to get better. So we have like I said, if we get like a full healthy secondary, that looks good. But obviously, still with those 2 injuries with Brown and Jordan Lewis, still hurts. So we'll have to figure out who the second corner is going forward. But for Drawing Bland stepping up like that, it's freaking awesome. And on the offensive side, um, Dak, he just starts slow for some reason. I don't know why. Like, all his mistakes that he makes through the season since he's come back, just it's all been in the first part of the game. I don't know why he gets off these slow starts. Um, then after, like, he kind of gets out of it and starts like turning it on, and then he's throwing great. Started making touchdowns. He threw 3 touchdowns in this game. I just don't know why he has this whole starts for. I don't know what he's seen on some plays because he was not good. Threw an interception, even though on the interception it was clearly pass interference. I mean, Stephon Gilmore just pulls. I think it was CD or whatever receiver it was, just pulls him down and then makes an interception. But even besides that one, he threw threw a bad pass that was going to be intercepted, but it hit the ground, just underthrown there. That's why I don't get some of those passes, but then he makes really good passes. Made great pass to CD. CD made a amazing play to stay on his feet. He was getting tackled. He stays on with one hand and then runs it in. Everybody thinks he's down, but he just runs it into a touchdown. CD's just playing awesome in the recent games. Really proving that he is that number one that he's stepping up from when Amari Cooper left, and he really stepped into that role. Really great stuff from him. Otherwise, the offensive line, it was weird. I guess they're starting to play Tyler Smith at the guard position because he
Yes,
was on guard for some of those
tackle,
plays.
left tackle. He
Yeah,
was.
left guard.
Oh,
No, he's
now
playing
now
left
he's
guard.
playing guard. Now he's playing guard.
Yeah, they put Jason Peters at left tackle, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing that is to because Tyron Smith is going to come back, and they're going to put
Also,
they're
too,
going to put
Tyler Smith is very grabby.
he hasn't been that bad.
It's pretty bad against the Giants. It just never was called.
Okay, sure, but
Salted Kayvon Thibodeau every damn time he wanted to. Like that time Kayvon hit Dak Prescott, but Tyler Smith had him in a chokehold. He was like,
okay.
didn't work. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah, so they're playing him at left
You
guard.
see, I'm still angry.
Yeah, I can tell. They put because I think Tyron Smith is almost ready to get back, and obviously then they go back to him. I don't know about that.
What was his injury again? Was it his he tore his hamstring off the bone?
Yeah.
That sounds horrifying, bro.
Yeah.
Like Caleb, imagine you're like, hey, yo, Ferris, I got an injury. Like, what's your injury, Caleb? I tore my hamstring off the bone.
Yeah.
But here's the thing between me and you, we're not gonna do nothing extraneous, right? We're just gonna walk around and stuff, right? He's gonna be like, all right, now Tyron Smith, now go play left tackle and stop other men who are also 6'3", 280 pounds running straight at you on a hamstring that was just torn off the bone.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I mean,
bro.
he's a guy who can do that because I mean that dude is
not
amazing.
Yeah. I used to think that man was a giant. I was like, that dude's a tall human being, right? And then I saw a photo with him and Shaq. He looks so small.
Yeah.
Shaq it just proved how fucking large Shaq was, though. Shaq was like 6'1", 7'1", like almost 300 pounds, and Tyron Smith is like, he's a big boy. He's like what, 6'7", 6'5", 6'6", something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, he's 6'6".
He's 6'6", like 290 some odd pounds, and you're like, that's a big man. And you're like, oh, that's Shaq. Like, dang. And there's like a photo of Yao Ming and Shaq. It's funny. It's like a Russian doll thing, like bigger, like bigger is one. Yeah. All right. So Tyron Smith coming back. What's the timetable for him? A week, 2 weeks? Are they easing him in?
Yeah.
Are they easing him in, or are they just gonna be like, go play?
Probably ease him in, but I didn't even know about that because I kind of just want to keep Tyler Smith out there just to keep it cohesive. I mean, I don't think our is playing really good. I don't want to really mess things up, and I just want him to keep progressing at the left tackle because eventually he will be the left tackle when Tyron Smith, leaves, whenever he's done playing. So I just want to kind of just leave it the same, but I guess they just want to go with the proven guy, the Hall of Fame guy, which is understandable. I mean, he is, Tyron Smith. I mean, but I just don't know if he's going to be Tyron Smith after he tore his goddamn hamstring off the bone. So
it just sounds bad, bro. Tearing your hamstring off the bone.
Yeah.
Off the bone. Oh, dog. That's just horrifying, bro.
Yeah. So I'm not sure about the situation. We'll see how it turns out going forward. But that does the offensive line, and then the running backs continue to just dominate. I mean, this running game is really, really special, and we ran for 220 yards as a team. It's again perfect split of Zeke and Pollard. Zeke gets tough yards, and Tony Pollard adds explosive plays. I mean, I keep saying it over and over, but it's just a formula that works. It's a formula that wins, and both Zeke and Pollard, played great games, and it just continues to win. It continues to put up 54 points. We keep doing playing this kind of football. We scored 40 points or more in 3 of the last 5 games. Since and that's all since Dak's been back, since we've been running the ball well. It's all just been working. All the same run game, run first, and playing that kind of football is working. So we just need to stick to it, and we're gonna win like this. I mean, it's just what our formula is, and that's how we're gonna win games, and if we stick to it, if Kellen Moore sticks to it, then we can go far. But other than that, yeah, like you said, these teams stopped running the ball. That's what the Colts did. They were being at least relatively effective with Jonathan Taylor. We couldn't really tackle him that well, but they just stopped doing it. They just stopped. They decided to pass, just like the Vikings did. And guess what? They got blown out, just like the Vikings did. The team that didn't do that was the Packers, who stuck to the run, beat us. So I don't understand why these teams all of a sudden stop running the ball.
I don't get it either, man. I just don't. I don't get it. Literally, like, you were beating the Packers, and then conventional wisdom is when you're down, you start passing the ball. Conventional wisdom, right? But against the Cowboys, you can't do conventional wisdom because you can run on them and you can get yards on them. And but here's the thing, Caleb, no one has the Packers running backs. That's the thing we need to about AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones.
But
just
Dalvin pretty good. You guys have Saquon Barkley.
No, exactly.
Dalvin
we have
Saquon Barkley.
No, we do. We do. But guess what? We don't have a counterpart like Aaron Jones has to AJ Dillon. Who's Dalvin Cook's counterpart? Alexander Madison?
Yeah.
Our counterpart is Matt Breida. So if who? Matt Breida's. No, we should give him the Baltimore. He's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. I was the guy who said, "Why is he still on the team? We should have cut him and kept Jay-Sean Corbin." I personally think we should have kept Jay-Sean Corbin. He was doing pretty good. But yeah, man, like, if you put Saquon and AJ Dillon on the team together, it would make sense because you spell each other. Aaron Jones is fresh because AJ Dillon just had a series. So, like, you take AJ Dillon out and you put Aaron Jones in, and he's fresh. The teams you talk about, Caleb, they're one-back teams. Unlike you, who have two backs as well. You have two backs. The Packers have two backs, and you rely on your both backs. They both play. They both spell each other. They're both fresh because they're both mixing things around. Minnesota has Dalvin Cook. That's it. That's all they got. And here's the thing, Caleb. We talked about it before the game. What happens to Kirk Cousins when he plays the Cowboys? What happens? He doesn't play well. He's literally the weirdest QB I've ever met in my entire life. 1 o'clock Kirk Cousins when he's not playing the Cowboys. 1 o'clock Kirk Cousins when he's not playing the Cowboys. Man looks like a goddamn Hall of Famer sometimes. Man looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But you put that mother lover against the Cowboys or put his ass on prime time, he looks like that man should be off the field right now. That man looks an abomination. He should be arrested for what he does in prime time. Any Kirk Cousins team should never play on prime time because he doesn't play. He's horrible on prime time, bro. He hasn't won a prime time game ever. Well, I think he has one because it was like some specialty, like prime time, like afternoon game or some nonsense. So I think he's like 1 in like 15 or some nonsense. He probably, like, I don't know. He probably has like 3 wins. I don't care, but it's a horrible record. Don't quote me. I don't have time to look these stats up. He's trash. All right. Back to the Cowboys.
And yet, like I said, the when they stop running the ball, they have to pass the ball, and it just leads to our pass rushers. That's what we do. We pass, we get after your quarterback, and we cause these teams to make mistakes, and that's what leads to these big lopsided victories because that's what we're doing. You're just sitting there passing the ball when we're getting after you, and you make mistakes, and you start turning over the ball, and we scored 2 defensive touchdowns today. Because that's all the Colts mistakes, and we did that against Vikings because of the Vikings mistakes, and all these teams that we were doing this to, they're beating themselves because they're trying to pass the ball on a team. We're just not gonna. I get it. You got the big plays early, but once we get down to it and we're going after you, it's kind of over for you. Yeah. But yeah, it's great win. Still need to keep pace with the Eagles. We're still down 2 games, still second place, which sucks. It really sucks because we're up like way more games than the Bucks and a team like that. We would have.
You're
to
the second best team in the NFC.
and we would have
You're
to
the
go to
sec-
their place to play the playoff game, which
Yeah,
really
yeah,
sucks.
that's the way. Hey, man, that's the way it is. That's the way it happened.
Yeah,
That's why the Saints got mad the one year they had to go to Seattle. But here's the thing: you know what happened to them? They lost to Seattle. So stop talking. Just beat them. You're better than them. Beat them. End of discussion. If you're the better team, just beat them. You know, everyone talked about how Tampa Bay had to go play in Washington that year. Remember when they won the division? They were 7-9, but Tampa Bay had to go play in Washington. You know what Tampa Bay did? They beat Washington in Washington. You'll beat Tampa Bay. You're gonna beat them. If you're the Cowboys are the second best team in the entire NFC. You know, the record may say the Vikings are 10-2, but guess who? Two of those losses are to who? They're to the Cowboys and they're to the Philadelphia Eagles.
yeah.
Those are NFC East 1 and 2, in my opinion. They are 1 and 2. Cowboys have 3 losses. One of them is to the Eagles.
Eagles.
The other is to Tampa Bay, and the third is the Packers. You know, one is historical context of Aaron Rodgers always beat y'all. Philly, you didn't have Dak, and Tampa Bay, you lost Dak halfway through. You lost Dak halfway through, and when he broke it. So you know, you could have been 11-0. You could have been 11-0. You know, you could have been.
But I still we think have a chance at the division. We just need. We just got to root for them Giants, man. Got to root for them Giants.
Speaking of those Giants, I don't have a soundbite for a goddamn tie.
I know.
There's no soundbite for a tie.
We don't have a Game of Thrones because that's what it's like.
Kissing? No. Kissing your sister is like different, Caleb. A tie is like kissing your sister, but not like Game of Thrones. Because kissing your sister in Game of Thrones. I know. But that means But that means they're trying to have sex with their sister. There's a difference.
You're still kissing them. Yeah,
it's disgusting. All right, let's be real.
I know.
You know, I like Game of Thrones. Yeah.
It's disgusting because you could have won.
Yeah. No, we could have won. We had more than one chance. You know, okay. But let me guys, by the way, make sure to like this video, subscribe as well. Also, too, if you want to, support us a little bit more, we do have a Patreon at patreon.com/LGR_network, as well as we got the merch. Wear some merch, man. Wear some merch. Caleb got some merch. Caleb got this gray shirt. That's the Let's Get Ready Network. It's kind of faded now because he's worn it a lot. Wait, it's because it's faded. Can I finish my comment? It's really faded because he wore it a lot. Because he loved it. He loved it so much it faded out.
It's good material. That's why I wore it so much because it feels good.
Store.letsgetreadynetwork.com. We got good friends,
don't
better
put it in the
rivals.
dryer.
Yeah, well, you just hang on. Wait, what do you mean don't put it in the dryer? Oh, like hang dry it?
That's why it fades. Don't put it in the dryer.
Oh yeah, well that's what happens to all of them. But yeah, also too, guys, make sure to subscribe to that new channel. We have 52 subscribers. Let's get up to 60. Then from 60. Get up to 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100. And from 100, we skyrocket to 1,000. Let's do that. But speaking of something non-positive and extremely irritating, the New York Giants faced the Washington Commanders today. It was looking very bad for us. They were up 10-0 on us. They looked like it was going to be a bad day. Brian Robinson was cooking. Terry McLaurin was cooking. But then the second quarter ran around, and we scored 10 points in 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Tie game. Like that. And I'm like, oh, snapperoo. The Giants are cooking. But they were cooking oatmeal. Let me tell you why I said that. Because oatmeal is a very neutral dish. Nothing high, nothing low.
Sugar in it?
If you put a little sugar in it, something good gonna happen.
Blueberries, bananas.
But guess what? We had plain oatmeal.
Oh God!
Pure plain oatmeal.
That sucks.
Yeah, and here's the thing, man. What can I say? Everyone was back. Everyone on the offense was back. Everyone was. Evan Neal was back. John Feliciano was back. Daniel Bellinger was back. We still didn't have any wide receivers, but that's fine because we never had wide receivers this season. So that's not an excuse. Saquon Barkley was there. And he was talking tough before pregame where he was talking about I don't know who. Oh, Shannon Spake. They were talking to Shannon Spake. Shannon Spake was like, oh yeah, talk to Saquon. He's gonna show everyone that who's daddy him because he knows what people are saying about him now in these past couple weeks. I'm like, yeah, but you know what he did? You know what Saquon Barkley did? Bupkis. He got that touchdown. Good for him. But Bupkis, he did nothing. Absolutely nothing. In the sense of like, not like he didn't do anything like, oh, like Saquon Barkley didn't do nothing. Like he had some good runs, but I need more from him. When he hits the hole. Because here's the thing, we can't blame the offensive line anymore. Because this is a healthy offensive line. We got our right tackle back. Our starting right guard is there. Like our starting center is there. Nick Gates is our left guard now. Andrew Thomas is our left tackle. We have a solid offensive line. It's serviceable. And not even serviceable. I think it's good. That's a good line. And he just couldn't. He just couldn't. He just couldn't.
Daniel Jones had more yards than he did.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like Daniel Jones shouldn't be having more yards than you, dog. And Daniel Jones, most of his was like he had to escape and get out of the pocket. There's one play where he like kind of like he jump cutted in the hole and got a first down on third down because it was a kind of like a sweep play it was like a power sweep with the QB. But Daniel Jones should not be outgaining you rushing wise. Just shouldn't be doing it. Just no. I need more from him. I'm sorry that I expect greatness from my great player. I don't this is unacceptable. And he thinks it's unacceptable. Because if I think it's unacceptable, Saquon Barkley thinks it's unacceptable. Like that's the thing, bro. I expect greatness out of Saquon Barkley. I don't know what's wrong with him. Is it injuries? Is it something? He needs to just hit the hole. Just hit the goddamn hole. Sometimes that jittery shit. He needs to stop doing that jittery shit. And like people catch him from behind. People like tackle him by his ankles. And sometimes when he gets tackled, it's not like he doesn't get tackled. He gets like wrapped up and like thrown to the ground, or like he just gets wrapped up and like kind of falls. He needs to just hit the hole, man, with anger and veracity. He needs to stop. Like he just needs to like smack somebody in the face. He did that. He did that to Danny Johnson on one play. You heard the smack, but that was it. That was it. Speaking also too, like on the receiver side, Isaiah Hodgins had a great game. Because here's the thing about Isaiah Hodgins. I expect nothing from him. I expect nothing from Isaiah Hodgins. And if people start expecting stuff from Isaiah Hodgins, then you don't know how to see this team. I expect nothing from him. So getting 5 catches for 44 yards and a touchdown, great job, Isaiah. Great job. Darius Lane needs to catch the ball. So it's I think so it was in the fourth quarter, it was 3 straight pass plays. And the first pass play was a deep pass play to Darius Slayton. And he's wide open, Caleb. Wide open. And he has the ball in his hand. And he falls to the ground and it pops out. He doesn't catch it and it pops out. That would have been a first down in their 30-yard line. Like that. We would have won. We would have won right there. If Darius Slayton caught the ball. Because you want to add insult to injury? You know what Fox did after he dropped that ball? They brought up the graphic. Darius Slayton, 15.4% drop rate in the NFL. Second in the NFL. He's second in the NFL in drop rate. You know how you get cut as a wide receiver? You drop passes. Don't care how fast you are. Don't care how well you block.
They can't afford to be cut receivers.
Well, they could because we have no receivers. We're going to have to replace everybody. Except Isaiah Hodgins because he's the only one showing up. He's fulfilling his role properly. There was one time where he caught the ball and he fought for a first down. And he hit a couple of defenders. He just wouldn't be brought down. He's playing very well. I like Isaiah Hodgins. But here's the thing about Isaiah Hodgins. I don't expect nothing from him. If he blossoms into a number 2, great. But I expect nothing from him right now. Because he was a player we took off of a practice squad. You know, that's who he is, man. He was a practice squad player. That the only reason he's starting for the Giants is because we have no other alternatives. David Sills is injured. Marcus Johnson didn't do anything. Wan'Dale Robinson's injured. They don't like Kenny Galladay anymore. Darius Slayton is his counterpart. Pretty much that receiver too.
You guys sat down with Odell.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. But we'll see about that. We'll see. Well, I don't know what that means.
Like,
You know,
feel good about that? You don't feel good about that?
I didn't see any updates. I personally, don't care if a player visits the Giants or not. I care about them when they sign. It's gonna make me rip my hair out if I care about free agency visits. I don't. I love how I love Odell Beckham Jr. I'm a big fan of him. I root for him and his success. He should have never left, ever. But when he resigns, then I will talk about it. But I don't care about no free agent visit. I don't. Personally don't. But Isaiah Hodgins was pretty much like, oh, screw it. You're starting. Ain't got nobody else. He got an opportunity by just being there. He's there. Here, you're starting now. You're a receiver too. Go out there. Why? Because, we ain't got nobody else. We ain't going to play Marcus Johnson anymore. David Sills is hurt. Wan'Dale Robinson hurt. We ain't playing Kenny Galladay. You and Darius Slayton. That's who it is. You and Darius Slayton. And that's what we got. It was in Darius Slayton. Now that's the negatives. The offense was inconsistent. It was pitter patter. It didn't play very well. And Brian Daboll kind of had like a bad coaching game, a little, not gonna lie to you. Like it was pretty bad on occasion. He got too cute.
Coach of the year. Coach of the year can't be making mistakes.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Zach Taylor had a mistake last year. He won Coach of the Year. It's pretty easy. Coach of the Years can make bad coaching mistakes. Like he was trying to get cute where he like tried to do like a zone read orbit where like Richie James ran into Saquon Barkley. I'm like, what are you doing? Just run the ball. All right. Just run the ball. And like use Daniel Jones's legs more. He's cooking Washington. Use his legs more. Use it more, man. Use it more. So the offensive staff didn't have a good game. It was kind of pretty bad. But now on the defensive side, there's some negatives and positives. Negatives was we ain't got no DBs. You can't go, we did the right thing. We doubled Terry McLaurin. We doubled him. But he still had 100 yards. He still had 100 yards. He had 8 catches at 105 and a touchdown. But guess what? He's damn good. But the problem is, Adoree Jackson would have been guarding him. That's the thing. Adoree Jackson would have been guarding him. If Adoree Jackson wasn't returning punts, he would have been playing in this game. But here's the thing. So like there's that. Our back end is nothing. They've quickly given up on Dane Belton. They quickly realized like he can't sub out for Xavier McKinney, realizing now that Xavier McKinney is important to this team. He's extremely important to this team. That's why I said when he got injured, a question is going to be answered. Is Xavier McKinney that important?
How did he get injured again?
He was in Cabo on a sightseeing tour on an ATV, and he broke his hand.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You know what? People need to stop going to Cabo. Like Tony Romo. Tony Romo went to Cabo. He got in trouble. Xavier McKinney went to Cabo. He got in trouble.
He got in trouble. He just didn't have a great game the next week.
So he got in trouble. Cowboys fans hated him for it. They blamed his girlfriend. They blamed Jessica Simpson for it. Y'all blamed his girlfriend for taking him to Cabo. He should have said no. He should have been a grown man and said, "No, I don't want to go to Cabo. I got a game next week." So blame Tony Romo.
Yeah, probably should have. It's like your linebacker.
But it was a bye week. All right, he went on his bye week. Bye weeks are fine.
So did we.
Tony Romo was on his bye week?
It was a bye week.
Okay,
then we had a bye because we were 13-3.
Oh, was this the playoffs?
Next week we had the division. Yeah, it was the playoffs.
It was a playoffs game? Yo, that's worse. That's worse, dog.
Oh, don't talk about taking trips with Mr. Boat Trip. When all y'all going on a boat trip right for a playoff game. So don't talk about
no, I can't. You know what? I can't talk about it. No, let me tell you why I can talk about it. because they shouldn't have went on that goddamn boat trip. They're both
there
stupid.
You go. And you should, there you go.
Exactly.
So
I'm not. Trust me, man. I ain't no hypocrite. You trying to pull me as a hypocrite? I ain't no hypocrite. That was a dumb boat trip. Why you on a boat trip with Timbs? They were all wearing Timbs. Everyone was wearing Timbs in Miami. Why were you wearing? And why was everybody shirt off with jeans? They were wearing jeans. Sterling Shepard was wearing. Odell. Everyone was wearing jeans without shirts on with Timbs. Explain that to me, Caleb. You're shirtless. No, but why are you wearing jeans on a boat? Who wears jeans on a boat? Put on some boat shorts. Put on a boat shirt. Or like keep your shirt off. It's fine. But why are you wearing jeans with Timbs? Timbs with jeans on a boat? With Trey Songz and Justin Bieber? What? And your ass went to Cabo with Jessica Simpson. Get out of here, loser. And they both didn't show up for the playoffs. Neither one of them did. Damn. Now I'm angry. Screw you, man. Screw you. Gosh, man. All right. Positive note for the New York Giants. The defensive line showed up. You know, Azeez Ojulari and Kayvon Thibodeau popped on the screen, man. They popped. They were popping off the screen. Azeez, he's finally healthy. Showed you his impact he had last year where he broke the rookie sack record for the New York Giants. He showed you he's that good. He's that good, man. Shout out to Azeez, bro. Azeez Ojulari. Say it with your chest. Ojulari. He made a big play, man. He had a sack. He had a strip sack. He had another sack. Kayvon Thibodeau killed Taylor Heineke on a play where he was left unblocked. Bad decision. And he just murks Taylor Heineke. Just murks him from behind. That's why left tackles is paid the most money on the offensive line. What Kayvon Thibodeau did to Taylor Heineke. He murks him. Dexter Lawrence was playing very well. He also got a sack. Leonard Williams ended up getting hurt, and he had to sit out some plays. The problem is, here's the thing we run into, Caleb, with the New York Giants defensive line. Our backups can't hold up. You know how how your backups you bring in your starters are Micah Parsons. Is it Neville Gallimore that starts or Ozzy Odigizua?
Yeah. They kind of rotate. They both rotate.
So, but here's the thing: like y'all have a good rotation. When Justin Ellis and Harry Mamadou come in, it's prayer time. It's, oh my God, please God, please God, please God, please God. Because you know what? We know what teams do. They run up the gut. They run on Harry Mamadou and Justin Ellis because no one's scared of them. You know, they're not. You know, and they like to rotate, right? So there's that. And so literally, like, we have no depth.
In that overtime you just did there.
Huh? What?
That's how I felt in overtime because
dude, I was literally like, literally, okay, so when we got the ball first and then we screwed up the first drive and I was like, God damn. And then we stopped them. I was like, okay, thank God. All we need is a field goal. Just go get a field goal. Go to get a field goal. And then Graham Gano missing that field goal. You know, I'm kind of mad that he missed that field goal. Because here's the thing. It wasn't.
Why?
Because he's hit that before. He's actually hit 63. His career high is 63. You know?
It's still a 63 game winner, though.
Yeah, I know, but this one was 58. It was a 58 yarder.
Oh,
and it was short.
Still, the game's on the line. Yeah, it was short. It had the aim, though.
He had aim. It was literally down the middle. But he just left it short. He didn't add enough power on it. And I'm kind of disappointed in Graham. I expect him to make those type of field goals, actually. Because he got ice water in his veins. I believe in Graham Gano. I believe in Graham Gano. I do believe in Graham Gano. I do believe him. Believe in him. But yeah, man, our defensive line showing up, right? They're gelling, right? But here's the thing. If you match that defensive line with our back end from the first half with Adoree Jackson, Xavier McKinney, Julian Love, and, you know, like Fabian Monroe, like those, this would have been it wouldn't have been close. We would have won because Curtis Samuel and Jahad Dotson and Terry McLaurin were like wide open. We're like wide open. Like Zion Gilbert played. He was a practice squad player we elevated today. And there was a back-to-back series where Taylor Heineke just went to the guy guarded by him. First, it was Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel was guarding him. And he was just going to Curtis Samuel, and Curtis Samuel kept beating him. Then, on the touchdown play, Jahad Dotson was on him, and Jahad Dotson beats him, and he spins away, and he scores a touchdown. So there's that. So we need back end help. We need our cornerback one. We need our injuries, man. Injuries is the key, bro. We ain't got the dudes. We ain't got the dudes, man. We don't got the dudes at all. We just don't. Also, too, there was a moment in the game where we were about to win it. Darius Slayton just makes this great catch, and John Feliciano runs to him and flexes with him. He flexes yeah, Slay. And they call a taunting penalty on John Feliciano. And I'm like, but he went straight to his teammate. He was with his teammate cheering. There was 4 or 5 Washington players in that region together. And it was just Darius Slayton by himself. And then Fleece ran to him and said, good job, Slay. Good, flex. He flexed. He was like, yeah, flexing. And they called that a taunting penalty. And then it brought back the New York Giants. We would have won the game if they didn't call that penalty. It wasn't a taunting penalty, man. It wasn't. Actually, man, there's actually a quote from Felice after the game that's kind of indicative of what he felt during that game. Let me find it. I want to find it. I'll find it.
I just want to say,
I found it. Here it is.
I
found it. It's tweeted out by Charlotte Carroll. She's one of the athletics beat reporters for the Giants, her and Dan Duggan. So she says right here, Feliciano on the taunting penalty. Slate had 6 guys around him on a big play, trying to celebrate with my teammate. Didn't look at anybody else, looked straight at Slay. Go, so yeah. On the emotions, it sucks, especially when you're playing 2 teams. I know they'll probably get me fined, but there were plays after that too. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to hit Richie James when he's trying to bring the ball to the ref in a 2-minute drill. That's a flag. Exactly. Washington, one of the Washington players hits Richie James as Richie James is giving the ball back to the official. Flag. The taunting penalty wasn't a flag. So what's this nonsense? I don't understand it. I just don't understand it, man. We don't get a lot of flags. We're a disciplined team. We're really a disciplined team. We don't get a lot of penalties. We lost against y'all, and we had less penalties than you. But we just had yeah, no, but you always have them. But the thing, our penalties are weirdly enough, it's always in crucial moments, all the time. Very crucial moments. Every 3rd down play against y'all, we had a flag. And then with this game, we had 4 penalties, but those 4 penalties were for 34 yards. But they had 7 penalties for 56 yards. So the discrepancy here. And then there were penalties in crucial moments. We just had a big play with Darius Slayton, taunting penalty. That wasn't a taunting penalty. It's mad shady. It's mad shady, bro. That's mad shady as hell. Because we don't get penalties. We don't commit penalties like that. We commit about 4 a game, but those 4 are always back-breaking because it's when they come in the game. It's always something that just ruins everything. We were about to win the game. Slade just made a big play. We're in their side of the 50. Taunting penalty. It's mad shady, bro. Mad shady, bro. All right. On that note, man, a tie.
I just want to say one more thing. I think the tie between you and the Commanders just kind of it's so perfect to me because, well, obviously it's perfect because I don't want to see either one of you guys win. I don't like either one of your teams, but also for the fact that you guys are extremely similar. You guys went on these win streaks where you guys got extremely lucky, making just enough plays to win the game in the end. And you guys play very similar. I mean, they have a little more offensive talent.
They have receivers.
Yeah.
They have. If
they
you
have
this is the thing.
They have
No, they have the 2 running backs. But trust me, if you gave us Washington's receivers, wholly different Giants team. If we had Terry and Jihad and Curtis Samuel, fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here.
Quarterbacks have question marks.
Washington wouldn't even hang with us, bro. Washington wouldn't hang with us.
Yeah. And then defenses, just kind of similar defenses. Just kind of solid all around, but no really big stars on each other's defense because Chase Young still not hasn't been back. So that's why I said Ty is kind of So that's what I'm saying. Like Ty is kind of pretty perfect, to be honest, because I think you're just as good as each other.
Yeah, we're the same team. We're literally, we're the same team, and we got a tie. Yeah, there it is. Yep. We also had one fumble we lost, and they lost the fumble. We allowed 4 sacks. They allowed 5 sacks. Their third down efficiency was 3 for 14. We were 4 for 13. First downs 25-20. Yards per play, Caleb. They have 5.0. We had 4.9. Literally, when I'm reflecting on this game, it's the first time I ever watched a game where literally both teams are even.
Yeah.
Both teams are literally even. Literally even. And guess what, bro? When we were in overtime, after we didn't score and they didn't score the first time, you know what crept into my mind right away after the first 2 positions didn't score? I'm like, holy shit, this is gonna be a tie. There's a feeling there. I was like, this is gonna be a tie. But then we were driving, right? We're like, oh, we got him. But then the taunting penalty happened. And I'm like, what the hell? But in the moment, I'm like, after the first 2 possessions, when we didn't score and they didn't score, I'm like, oh snap, we're tying this game. We're tying this game. And guess what? The last time we tied in a game? 1991. Can you let me finish the stat? Let me tell the story, man. You're just ruining everything.
I already
It was
knew the
against
answer.
them. No, I don't care that you know the answer. It's for the viewers. Let me tell the viewers the story. Let me paint it. Let me do my raconteur. Let me get some jazz and pizzazz on it, man. Shit. Hey, my fault you ain't got no charisma and can't tell a good story. Try to ruin my thing. Gosh. Yes, it was 1991, a fateful day in 1991. It was 7-7 against the very own Washington football team. Back then, they were called the Washington racist term. But yes, we were 7-7 back then with them in 1991. The year after we won the Super Bowl. So there was that, for Giants fans to feel good about themselves. But yeah, a tie. A tie, bro. Just trash. Garbage. Oh, sorry. My bad. I didn't know what that soundbite was. I wasn't labeled properly yet. Now I know what that soundbite was. All right. Now let's preview next week. Cowboys are against the Houston Texans. Shout out to Blogging with the Boys again. I like to shout out Blogging with the Boys all the time because this is your graphic we took. Thank you for Blogging with the Boys. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all. Texans lost today to Cleveland in Deshaun Watson's first game back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're gonna beat the Texans.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about. I would like to get more analysis on this game, but Texans suck. I mean, they're literally the worst team in the NFL. They got nothing. I mean, they got Kyle Allen starting at quarterback, and then literally their only good player is Dameon Pierce, and you don't actually have to stop him. You just maybe contain him a little bit, and then that's it. That's really all you need to do against this team to beat them, because they're not going to do anything else. They can't throw. They can't defend nobody. They're bad. They're a bad team. They're definitely not going to do anything against us. They got no firepower to throw at us, even with an injury like and Anthony Brown going out or to explore that missing piece in our secondary. They ain't got the weapons to do anything to exploit that. Can they run the ball? Sure. I mean, lots of teams can run the ball on us. But is that going to be enough? Probably not, even if they do run the ball. So, I mean, we're just going to do what we've been doing, get after the quarterback because, I mean, it's Kyle Allen. And then on offense, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. As long as we don't get bored and start doing throwing some stupid out there, it should be easy sailing. Should be easy another 40-point ass kicking, honestly, and that's what I think it's going to be.
All right, yeah. I can't really add much to that. It's the Houston Texans, for Christ's sakes. Like, I think you're dropping 50 again.
Yeah, maybe.
You're dropping 50 again. Like, 50, here we come. Just let Jordan Akins, like, score a couple touchdowns, though. Like, give them 14 points, both touchdown receptions between Jordan Akins. Just do that. And then shut him down the rest of the game. Yeah, it's my fantasy team.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz got injured. And then I started Lawrence Cager for a couple weeks because he played. But now the Giants don't play Lawrence Cager anymore. So I had to pick up Jordan Akins. He gave me 5 points this week, though. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to you, man. But let's move on to the Giants schedule. I got this off of the Giants website. We're against Philly. Oh, it's Philly week.
Oh boy.
All right.
This is the game.
Right. It's the game.
This is the game.
This is the game that I thought was gonna be flexed into Sunday night. I'm not gonna lie to you, man, because like I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna be real with the NFL. When the NFC East are good, they're good. They get Sunday night priority. Literally, any game that involves us. When we're good, when you're good, when the Eagles are good, when all three of us are good at the same time, and it's a game between both of us, we always get flexed. So when I saw them flex Miami and Chargers, that was kind of a surprise with me.
Yeah, no Chargers. There's no Chargers fans. What the hell would you want them on Sunday night?
Yeah, no offense to them. By the way, the Chargers also lost to the Raiders this week, so there's that. So, and you know what's funny too is, I'll say this too. Miami and Chargers are coming off of losses, by the way. But yeah, so Miami lost to the Niners and Chargers lost to the Raiders, so they're coming off losses by next week. But yeah, so it's Philly Eagles.
Smart flex.
Yeah, it's Philly Eagles, man. It's Philly Eagles. Philly Eagles. It's Philly, New York.
Eagles.
It's Philly, New York. It's Philly, New York, man. A rivalry that is thicker than blood. A rivalry that runs deep in our veins of hatred amongst one another. We are separated by less than 30 minutes. You can take a train ride from Philly to New York. We're right next door to each other.
Well, you're not actually in New York.
Huh? Shut the hell up. You're not actually in Dallas.
I mean, we're in the Dallas, area.
Oh. We're also in the New York area.
You're in New Jersey. You're literally in a different state.
Literally that little area is called the New Jersey, New York metropolitan area because it's literally right next to the turnpike. It's literally right next to the turnpike. You're literally right next to the turnpike. Learn some geography. It's a
different state.
Learn some geography. It's right next to the turnpike.
And it's still a different state.
Like a 5-minute drive. If traffic didn't exist in New York, you could drive through the turnpike and go to Giant Stadium in like 10 minutes. So shut the hell up. All right. Let me do my NFL Films narration of this rivalry, asshole. All right. One time there was this top 10 on the NFL Network called Greatest NFL Rivalries. You know what number 1 was? Philly, New York. You know why? Because it's the greatest rivalry in the NFL. Born before the Super Bowl existed. Fights over the Northeast. Frank Gifford almost died because Chuck Bednarik almost killed him on the field. A photo etched in our minds and histories. Miracle at the Meadowlands 1. Miracle at the Meadowlands 2. Our playoff victories against them.
Didn't you lose both those?
What?
Lost both those miracles.
Yeah, we did. Why didn't he just kneel the ball? I don't know why he kneeled the ball. I don't know why Matt Dodge kicked it to Deshaun Jackson. But that's not. I'm not bringing that up. The thing is this. I also remember
We just did bring it up when he said.
Can you let me? No, because give them some. Can you shut the fuck up? Oh my God, shut up! It's you know how you build a rivalry in a game, Caleb. You give credit to your opponent, but then you also say something like this. I remember the day we sat down and we have 10.
We already know that they're good.
Can you shut the?
They're the number one seed in the NFC. I mean, what do you need to build them up for?
I don't know. Create some suspense. God, you just like to ruin everything, don't you? You know what, guys? Okay, Caleb, where can people find you, man?
Talk about the game already? God damn.
I'm talking about the game. We're gonna win. No, we're not gonna win. We're not gonna fucking win. We're not gonna win. We have no corners.
You better win.
We have no corners. We have no one to stop Devontae Smith or AJ Brown. No one. We have nobody.
No.
Absolutely nobody. You know. So we're not gonna win. Philly's gonna win. I'm sorry, Caleb. Philly's gonna win. Philly's winning.
Just triple team AJ Brown.
Snap. Why not, man? Let's do that, man. Triple team him. Triple team him. Let him by himself, bro. I don't want, dude. We're not. From what I'm seeing with this team for the past couple weeks, we're not winning this game. We're not. We're just not. Like,
I really need you guys to win the game.
Yeah, well, yo, I need us. We need to win the game too, because next week, if we lose and Seattle wins, we get bounced out of the playoffs. We're on the outside looking in. We're on the outside looking in, and we're gonna need help to get back in the playoffs. So, these games mean something.
So
these last few games mean something. Yeah, man, but they have Ndamukong Suh and Fletcher Cox and another person they signed with Ndamukong Suh. I don't know. They
what number on Derrick Henry.
Yeah, after what Washington did to them with Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson, you know what Howie Roseman did? He went out in the free market and was like, "What defensive tackles are left? Oh, them two? Give me both." And he got Ndamukong Suh and someone else. I don't know who else, but they got 2 defensive tackles. So, good luck, John Feliciano, Nick Gates, and Mark Glowinski. Good luck. I'm gonna be realistic.
Yeah, you guys got Dayball. He makes magic happen.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he can pull out a rabbit out of a hat or a rabbit behind his damn aviator glasses. We'll see. Caleb, where can people find you, my man?
You can find me at NFLCap22 on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me on this channel. Let's Get Ready Network. The highlights. Doing this show and doing Betting NFL comes out Thursdays with my co-host D Weezy. All we try to do on that show is make you guys money, and I feel like we've been doing a good job of that so far this season. And also my articles that go along with that show you can find at Let's Get Ready Network.com. So go check all that out.
All right, guys, I'm Ferris Malone. You can call me at Ferris Malone. You'll find me on this new channel. Let's Get Ready. The highlights. This channel. I will show up on this show. I may show up on Starting 11. Actually, this Wednesday on this channel. Let's Get Ready Network. The highlights. This Wednesday, we are going live from Starting 11 live after World Cup game, baby. Where the World Cup is happening. We're going live. So stay tuned. Stay tuned on that, man. Stay tuned on that. So good luck on that, guys. Find me at Ferris Malone on Twitter. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video. If you want to join sports a little bit more, join the Patreon at patreon.com/LGR Network _LGR Network. LGR _network. That's it. So thank you very much for watching us, for staying with us for over an hour. We tend to not go over an hour. We don't really like that. But yeah, stay safe, stay smooth, and be nice to one another. Caleb, say goodbye to the peoples.
See ya.